Hi guys, our team is Educate.zone and we're working on creating the best content by some of the best teachers. It's essentially one zone for everything a student needs to be successful: aggregated notes, videos, homework, and discussion threads. If Einstein offered to teach you physics for free, would you say no? What if he could teach millions of students all around the world? Would we say no? What would our education system look like if we had the best teachers teaching our youth? Well, this isn't a far-fetched idea because we can have access to some of the best teachers online for free. So why aren't we using them? When the world's best educators are online, the world's best tutors are online, and the world's best notes are all online. See, it's not that there's a scarcity of content. In fact, there's too much content, but it's scattered amongst the internet. Students can go fishing for what they want, falling into rabbit holes of unproductivity and distraction. We lack centralized learning that makes use of the millions of resources from world-class teachers. Like most students, when I come home from school, I watch a YouTube video when I don't understand a concept from class. But oftentimes, I get distracted, and I know I'm not alone. YouTube is a bigger distraction than TV. Almost a quarter of youth say it's the biggest distraction from their schoolwork. The tempting recommendation algorithms keep us locked in, almost half of us spending over 3 hours a day on it. But YouTube is also the preferred learning method for most Gen Zs. Students love their favorite creators like Crash Course and Kyrgyzstan. Many teachers are also realizing this too. They're starting to create their own videos for students. The Superintendent of the Year, Michael Nagar, says, if all the facts and figures are available on the internet, then why do students need to sit and listen to you? But what's the bigger connection? Videos. Videos can give them the bigger connection, engaging them in content and the lesson itself. Easy is why don't students ask questions? Unlike a YouTube video, you can't rewind the lesson when you miss something, a crucial piece of the puzzle, leaving you frustrated for the rest of the semester because you can't build on the concepts. Well, for every 3 students, 2 won't ask a question. They'd rather struggle than ask a question in class. These are the people not being seen. Sometimes YouTube's not enough. I can post my question on Reddit or Quora and wait for a response, or pay out of pocket for a tutor on the dozens of tutoring sites, struggling to find someone to teach me. And it's also very difficult to find tutors that are legitimate and speak the same language as me, and I can be sure that they're reviewed and rated. But what's crazy is, again, there's not a scarcity of teachers. You don't need someone who's graduated university to teach functions. You just need someone that understands functions. And we have a lot of these people, other students. When I need help, here are my current options. Now, all of these have their benefits, and I do love them. But I wish there was a place where I had everything packed into one site. There's just so much friction moving one to another, and many of us, it's easy to get bounce site. What if that we love and our favorite educational sites and packed it all up into one free zone? That's what Educate.zone is. We're doing 3 things. We connect tutors and students in exchange for volunteer hours, organize video playlists for understanding each concept in a unit, how to solve common questions, and let students share resources. I'm excited to show you guys our demo. Essentially what we're doing is it's a platform, and we have multiple different subjects that follow the Canadian curriculum. And then we're able to select the subject, and then we can see all the different tutors are available for that subject. We can click a unit, browse all the different modules for that unit, test, homework, notes, and tutors. We click the module, and then we can see a variety of videos organized following the Canadian curriculum, and we can filter through different topics. We can see key ideas from that topic. We can enter our own questions and see the most frequently asked questions. See different notes, homeworks, and tutors. When the student logs in, they create their own profile, do a little description, add a profile picture and whatnot, add their socials if they find it's necessary. And one key feature is a digital binder which connects to Google Drive, where they can store all their notes and their favorite content. They can search through their recommended videos, videos that they want to watch later, and they also have an agenda feature so they can organize what they want to do for the day. Awesome. And then they can see their favorite notes, lectures, and content. And if they want to upload a video or a Prezi or a Quizlet, any different type of content, they add a description. They can add tags for the type of content it is, as well as the content link. Awesome. In order to become a tutor, you fill out a very similar process. You fill in your name, a little description, as well as the subjects that you've mastered. And we consider this a subject that you've gone over 95% over. You can't really see in this demo, but we'd want students to submit their marks in order to be qualified to be a tutor for that specific subject. In order to connect to students and teachers and tutors, we use a scheduling system called Calendly, which has a plugin, so that's taken care of. This is what the final page looks like. Student can schedule a time on Calendly, as well as see the top languages that the tutor speaks. So really excited about that. So just to summarize everything, for connecting students and tutors, tutors receive volunteer hours. Tutors get to work when works best for them, and they get to create their own portfolio of content. Students get free tutors, easy scheduling, and they get to know the tutor and see reviews, as well as find tutors who speak their preferred language. When it comes to organizing videos, we do it by subject, units, and subunits, again, following the Canadian curriculum, one of the best in the world. And students get to share reviews, notes that are ranked and filtered. They can access a variety of content, share homework and practice tests, and respond to each other with a variety of mediums. Now, I think a key question in your mind is probably, why would someone want to tutor for free? So what we're planning on doing is incentivize students to tutor with volunteer hours, as well as points that can be used for things like scholarship, prizes, and cash. So a really big organization in Canada is called the Student Life Network. And what they do is essentially give students points for completing surveys that they can use to enroll in draws for scholarships and prizes, phones, trips, things like that. They have over 3.1 million members in Canada alone. And their partners, the organizations that they partner with to get these free trips, cash, and prizes have access to Gen Z marketing. So that's the incentive for them. Now, where we are currently, so we built an MVP using these tools. One of the biggest scheduling plugins that we're using is Calendly, which allows students to connect their calendars and let others book times for them. Our next steps are to continue connecting with more high school tutor clubs to get them to migrate onto our scheduling system. So we've connected with our own high school tutoring club, and they're really interested, which we're excited about. Continuing to curate more playlists for educational videos, and to implement the Google Translate API. So the great thing about having everything centralized is it's way easier to translate different content, and this can help it become more accessible. One of our key next steps is actually to add the Google Drive feature, where students can add their work and favorite notes to one digital binder that's synced with their Google Drive. So what's the so what? Well, students have more learning and less distraction. They have access to crowdsourced material, an easy way to get tutored and tutor. They can build and share content. And I want to make something very clear. We're not going to replace school. We can't build the invaluable human skills that we gain interacting with one another. But imagine if teachers didn't have to spend time teaching students things that they could learn on their own, and instead had time to focus on things that they can't learn online, like social skills, discussions, and transferable skills. Those are the skills we need schools to focus on now more than ever with the rise of technology. While we get to be taught by some of the most engaging teachers in the world. Take it from us, students. I'm going to open up to questions now.
Fabulous. Thank you very much, Educate.zone. Just as a matter of interest, Iroquois Ridge High School in Oakville?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Very small world. All right, so let's go to some questions. And I see the first question from Colin. Can you describe your business model? How do you plan to acquire users?
Awesome. So one of our main ways to get users is just advertisements. So that's one of the main ways we're going to get revenue. As far as tutors, because that's the biggest variable here, we know users do like to go online and search for different content. So we're planning on increasing our search optimization potential. So that's going to be one of our main ways to draw users to us. But the tutoring part, we're going to be using different prizes and incentives to get tutors to want to tutor for free, as well as volunteer hours. In order to get those prizes, we're thinking of partnering with different organizations in exchange for free marketing to Gen Zs. So that's kind of the main model. There's not too much cost associated with running the site aside from storage, because all the videos are just crowdsourced from other sites.
Thank you, Educate.zone. Another question from Nick. Please expand on the tutor incentive.
Yep. So tutors are incentivized with volunteer hours. So in Canada, we have a 40-hour mandatory volunteer hour that you need to do in order to graduate high school. This isn't necessarily scalable for around the world because other countries don't have this. But the biggest incentive is when students do tutor, they get points that they can put towards draws to win things like phones, cash, and other prizes like scholarships. When we're planning on acquiring these through partnerships with big organizations, and we've seen the success of this with a case study in Student Life Network in Canada with over 1.3 million members.
Thank you, Educate.zone. And the next question from Daphne.
Hi, terrific presentation. Just wondering, have you thought about not so much, well, fraud in the sense of what if people are not as good as they say, or if they're uploading content they shouldn't, or isn't quite the quality that you would hope?
Yeah, I wanted to expand a bit more on this, but we have a 95% requirement in order to become a tutor. So the way we're going to verify this is asking students to upload transcripts in order to become a verified tutor. And we also have a ranking system. So every time you do have a tutoring session, you're able to rank the tutor, kind of similar to some student you are, and also how good of a tutor you are. Reviews, and that's kind of our main hope, just crowdsourcing reviews and ratings. As far as the fear that someone might post like explicit content, because that's a very big fear, we were thinking of that pretty easily, and because things are ranked, it probably won't be one of the top things a student might see. So
right, I hope you got all of that, Daphne. There was a little bit of sound interruption here or there, but I think that worked well. And time for a very quick question, very quick answer. Stefan.
Hello, excellent presentation. Thank you so much, and great idea. Why did you not consider the teachers as being the tutors?
Yeah, we definitely think teachers can also become tutors. I personally think teachers are amazing, and they're really crucial to fostering children and their growth. But I think it's more important that teachers play the role that they do have in schools. I think teachers can also become tutors. I just don't see as big of an incentive for them because they do have their own jobs that they fulfill. And the points and prizes could still be applicable to them. Just not sure how much they'd be applicable, but we love teachers.
Right, thank you very much, Educate.zone. We're out of time. Thank you very much for your presentation, and thank you for the questions.